Welcome back to the Chad DiMera Channel. The rumors are swirling like crazy, and they are saying that Abigail Deveraux DiMera is definitely returning to Salem in 2027. Can you believe it? After all this time, our beloved Abby is finally making her way back to the land of the living. Here at the Chad DiMera Channel, we have been praying for this day for 4 long, agonizing years. We have watched our boy Chad suffer unimaginable pain. We have watched him mourn the absolute love of his life. And we have watched him try to piece his shattered heart back together for the sake of his children. But here is the kicker. The timing of this rumored return is absolutely wild. And the casting possibilities are going to blow your mind and change the landscape of the show forever. Let's be real for a second. The word on the street is that the incredibly talented Sydney Malakeh might be stepping into the iconic shoes of Abigail Deveraux as a recast. And honestly, I am 100% here for it. Sydney is a phenomenal talent, and if she is the recast, she has some massive legendary shoes to fill. We all remember that Abby was last played by the brilliant Marci Miller, who brought such a raw, vulnerable depth to the character. Some fans on the message boards are worried about a new actress coming in, but I'm telling you, Sydney Malakeh is a perfect fit. A lot of fans think they need a blonde because of Kate Mansi's legendary run, but I'm telling you, it's definitely fine to go brunette. Marci Miller played Abby as a brunette, and she completely owned the role, especially during that intense psychological dissociative identity disorder storyline. When Marci played the Alters, Gabby, and Doctor, Laura, she proved that Abby's mind is a complex, fragile battlefield. Sydney has that same soulful brunette energy, and I can already picture her staring deep into Chad's eyes. Amazing. But wait, because the drama certainly doesn't stop there. You guys know how much I passionately defend Chad and his allies on this channel. That poor man has been through absolute psychological torture lately. Do you remember the absolute nightmare that was the Cat Green storyline? Annalyn McCord came into town, looked Chad right in the face, and lied about being his resurrected wife. That's crazy. She manipulated his grief in the most sickening way possible. She played with the fragile emotions of little Thomas and Charlotte, making those innocent children believe their mommy had finally come home. She completely shattered Chad's fragile peace. And I think this was a huge mistake on Kat's part, because you do not mess with a DiMera's heart. I despise Kat for what she did to our guy, and I am ruthlessly critical of anyone who tries to justify her undercover ISA mission. But from a storytelling perspective, it perfectly set the stage for the real Abigail to return. Chad has been dragged through the mud with cruel fake-outs, so when the real Abby stands before him, the emotional payoff is going to be astronomical. And you won't believe what happens next when you look at Chad's current love life. The timing for Abigail's 2027 return is literally perfect, because Chad is finally, slowly, starting to move on from his all-consuming grief. He has been getting incredibly close to Belle Black lately. They have been bonding over the mystery of Stefano's missing chess pieces, sharing sweet, intimate moments, and even going on wholesome baseball dates with the kids. I love Belle. I really do. And I desperately want Chad to be happy. But let's be honest. Belle is a placeholder. A slow burn romance with Belle is cute, but it is absolutely nothing compared to the epic soulmate legacy love of Chabby. Just imagine the pure soap opera gold when Chad and Belle finally cross the line and give in to their deepest feelings, only for the door of the DiMera mansion to swing open and Abigail to walk right in. A classic plot twist that will leave our jaws on the floor. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the monster who took Abby away from us in the first place. I am talking about the absolute scum of the earth, Clyde Weston. 4 years ago, Clyde brutally murdered Abigail, stabbing her in cold blood in her own home. I hate Clyde with every fiber of my being, and I will never forgive him for what he did to the Deveraux and DiMera families. But before Clyde was shot and fell into a coma, he dropped a massive, sinister hint that changed everything. He heavily implied that he knew exactly what really happened to Chad's wife. That is a huge red flag. Clyde Weston does not drop hints unless he is playing a twisted, manipulative game. Did Clyde know that Abigail wasn't really dead? Did he know her body was swapped out before the paramedics even arrived? Or did he know that Dr. Wilhelm Rolf swooped in with his diabolical Versavix serum to cheat death once again? Because let's not forget the most crucial piece of physical evidence in this entire saga, the empty grave. When Jack Deveraux and Chad made the agonizing decision to exhume Abigail's grave, they found absolutely nothing. No casket, no remains, just cold, hard dirt. In Salem, an empty grave is basically a neon sign flashing resurrection pending. We know exactly how the DiMera family operates. Stefano DiMera built an entire global empire on cheating the Grim Reaper. We have seen secret resurrection pods, we have seen mind-control chips, and we have seen legacy characters return from the ashes time and time again. It makes perfect logical sense that Abigail has been preserved in one of EJ's secret underground medical pods this entire time. EJ is a calculating snake, and I wouldn't put it past him to hide his own brother's wife for his own sick leverage, or as a twisted science experiment. But here is where the theories get even crazier, and I need you guys to pay close attention. While Sydney Malakeh is a very strong contender for the recast, there's another massive rumor floating around the fandom. Days of Our Lives recently announced that the gorgeous Sofia Mattsson is joining the cast in early 2027. Officially, the network PR team is claiming she will be playing a new character. But come on, do they really think they can fool us? We are true hardcore fans. I strongly suspect that Sofia Mattsson is actually our new Abigail Deveraux. How? One word. Amnesia. Think about the rich, iconic lore of this show. Think back 5 to 10 years ago, or even back to the 1980s with John Black and the legendary The Pawn storyline. Salem absolutely loves a good amnesia storyline. It is highly likely that Sofia Mattsson debuts as a mysterious, traumatized woman with absolutely no memory of who she is or where she came from. She might go by a different name, live in a different town, or even be held captive by one of the DiMera family's many ruthless enemies. She will start as a new character, but the breadcrumbs will slowly, agonizingly reveal that she is the missing Deveraux daughter. This is a brilliant narrative move by the writers, because it allows the recast actress to ease into the show without the immediate crushing pressure of playing a beloved legacy character. She gets to build her own identity and win over the audience before the explosive, tear-jerking reveal! Can you even begin to imagine the deep psychological depth of that storyline? Abigail waking up, looking in the mirror, and not knowing the face staring back at her. Given her history with dissociative identity disorder, her mind is already a fragile place. She won't remember her epic, sweeping love story with Chad. She won't remember the joy of giving birth to Thomas and Charlotte. And she certainly won't remember the terrifying, bloody moment Clyde Weston plunged a knife into her. The trauma of having her mind wiped, possibly by Dr. Rolf's sinister brain chip technology, would be utterly devastating. And for Chad? Oh, the sheer agony of it all. Chad will finally have his beautiful wife back, but she won't know him. He will have to fight tooth and nail to make her fall in love with him all over again, while simultaneously dealing with the messy fallout of his complicated feelings for Belle Black. That is the kind of high-stakes, deeply emotional storytelling that makes Days of Our Lives the absolute greatest show on daytime television. And what about the legacy families? Jack and Jennifer have been mourning their precious daughter for 4 agonizing years. Jack just returned to Salem, visiting that empty grave, desperate for answers. The Deveraux family has been severely fractured, with Gwen causing absolute toxic chaos and JJ trying to hold the broken pieces together. Giving Jack and Jennifer their daughter back would be a monumental, historic moment for the show's legacy. It honors the rich, decades-long lore that we, the hardcore fans, care about so deeply. What do you guys think? Is EJ lying through his teeth again? Is he hiding Abigail in a high-tech pod right under Chad's nose? And who do you want to see take on this monumental role? Are you Team Sydney Malakeh ready to embrace the brunette energy of Marci Miller's era? Or are you Team Sofia Mattsson ready for a slow burn amnesia plot twist? Let me know in the comments below, because I am dying to hear your brilliant fan theories. The future of the Chad DiMera channel is looking brighter than ever, because our boy is finally going to get his wife back. Whether it takes a massive shootout, a daring rescue mission, or a tear-jerking reunion in Horton Town Square, Abigail's 2027 return is going to be the television event of the decade. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single second of our coverage.